Mike Tyson. You can't train a Henry Crawford to be a Mike Tyson,
right.
or certain people you train. You know, you gotta be realistic. You gotta be smart. You gotta have common sense. Anybody, if you have common sense, it's easy to become a trainer. Very easy. I mean, and you have to have the experience. But it's all common sense. You gotta know. You got an individual. You got them in your hands. You could either make them worse or you can make them a lot better. It's common sense. And you know, the way I look at it, when you get a fighter and you make them better, a trainer, your work should talk for itself. You know, if you make the fighter more, you know, he's not a puncher, and you make him a puncher, and you make a kid a boxer, you make him know how to. That's what a good trainer is.
Right, and plus you have to prepare for your opponent.
Definitely.
Because you definitely prepare for your opponent's different, because each opponent is different.
Yes.
You know, one guy is a power puncher, or has a great right hand or a great left hand.
And that's where the game plan comes in.
And that's where you now do you guys do it? Is it like a football? You know, do you watch tapes with your fighter? Do you sit down and say, okay, look, there's his weakness. Did you see what he just did? You know, he drops his left hand when he throws his right. Yeah,
we do that with all my fighters. When you're fighting 4, 6, 8 rounders, you're taking fights where you don't know the opponent. But when you get into the 10, 12 round guys, you know what you're gonna do and what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go out there and execute the game plan. And if you're a disciplined fighter, you stick to the game plan and execute what you're supposed to do, and then you're definitely gonna gain a victory.
Have you ever been in a corner where your fighter is just not doing what you're telling him to do? I mean, how frustrating is that? Well, I mean, does it happen, or you've been, you know, fairly lucky with that?
I could say I'm fairly lucky, but, you know, coming out of Paterson, New Jersey, I don't have, you know, I got fighters from Paterson, New Jersey. All my fighters from Jersey. I don't got Olympians. I don't got, so most of the time we are the underdogs, and we don't, you know, have the opportunity where, you know, fights are easy for us. I truly believe, you know, the harder the kid works, the easier the fight is. The easier you work, the harder the fight's gonna be. And
it's 24/7.
Yeah,
you have to be a fighter full time to be a great fighter.
Definitely.
And that's like anything. Now, is there a guy that you watch as a trainer on TV or in person that you're like, this guy is great? Is there one fighter that you say, this guy is great?
I'm gonna get a lot of backlash with this, and I truly believe if Robin Givens, Ruth Roper, and Don King didn't get their hands on Mike Tyson, he could have been the greatest fighter of all time. And I'm not saying that because I was never a Mike Tyson fan. I'm a Muhammad Ali fan, and being a Muhammad Ali fan, I thought, man, this guy is the greatest. But you know, watching how Mike trained, he trained diligently. Like he paid to his greatest asset. People say, oh, he had everybody scared. Nah, his defense is what made him. He used to make people miss, and he used to position himself to hurt people. And all his greatest knockouts been making guys miss and hitting them with the punch you don't see is the punch that's gonna hurt you. And he truly could have been one of the greatest fighters of all time. And it's unfortunate, you know, he's in the situation he's in now because, you know, of bad people with bad intent, you know?
Absolutely. He's sad. All right, we're gonna take a break. Nettles, pleasure having you on. Stick around, you're watching Knockout TV. We're gonna come back. Joe Horn and Nettles are gonna square off. Don't go anywhere.
This is Joe Horn. You are watching Knockout TV. I am back with Nettles Nasser, trainer to the stars. You have a couple people that you'd like to talk about today, or anybody you wanted to say hello to?
Well, you know, everybody in the gym I train out of in Passaic, PAO, the gyms out of Patterson, Joe Greer's, you know, all the kids and all the amateur and professional fighters, you know, future stars in the boxing game.
What's your typical day like? I mean, how many hours do you spend in the gym working with these guys? And how many fighters are you training at one time?
Well, I believe every fighter should get 2 hours to themselves. And that's why I train every fighter individually, because any guy that trains 4, 5, 6, 7 guys at one time, you know, fighters are like girls. They're going to get jealous regardless. They're going to, you know, you spend 15 minutes more with one guy and the guy's there looking at you train him, you know, you don't want them, you want to put every fighter in a comfortable position where they feel, all right, this is their time, and you give them their time.
Now, is that hard to do if you've got some fighters that are have a fight up and coming, or fighters that have actually proven themselves to be a little bit more high scale in terms of they're recognized now, or they're bigger? Do you give them more time?
Yeah, well,